Did you know there are over 7,000 languages spoken worldwide, but just a handful are considered the most difficult to learn? Prepare to be astounded. It's not just about the number of words or the complexity of grammar that makes a language challenging. Factors like pronunciation, writing systems, and cultural nuances play a significant role too. Now that we've whetted your curiosity, let's dive into the list of the world's most difficult languages, starting from the least challenging. Kicking off our list at number 5 is Arabic, a language that might twist your tongue. This is not merely a hyperbolic statement, but a testament to the unique intricacies of the Arabic language. Let's start with the script. Unlike English, Arabic is written from right to left. It boasts a beautiful script that is often compared to an art form. But don't let the beauty deceive you. What makes it challenging is that most letters change form depending on their position in a word, and to add to the complexity, short vowels are generally not written. Now, let's talk about pronunciation. Arabic is known for its wide array of sounds, some of which don't even exist in other languages. For instance, there are several variations of the letter ch, each pronounced with a subtle yet distinct difference. And then there's the infamous ein, a sound that has no equivalent in English, and is often described as a sort of catch in the throat. But perhaps the most challenging aspect of Arabic is its dialects. You see, Arabic isn't just one language but a collection of dialects, almost like languages within a language. While modern Standard Arabic is used in formal settings like news broadcasts and literature, each region, and sometimes even each city, has its unique dialect. So, a word in Egyptian Arabic might be completely different in Moroccan Arabic. And here's an interesting fact for you. Did you know that Arabic is the 5th most spoken language in the world? Yes, despite its complexities, over 300 million people speak Arabic as their first language. Arabic is also the liturgical language of Islam, which means that millions of people, regardless of their native language, learn some Arabic to read the Quran. So, while it may be a challenge to learn, Arabic also opens the door to a rich cultural and religious history. So, while it's a beautiful language, Arabic's complexity earns it a spot on our list. Next up, at number 4, we have Japanese, a language that's as intricate as it is fascinating. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Japanese language is its 3 distinct writing systems. First, there's hiragana, a phonetic alphabet used for native Japanese words and grammatical elements. Then there's katakana, another phonetic alphabet predominantly used for foreign words and names. Finally, there's kanji, a complex system of characters adopted from the Chinese language, each of which conveys a specific meaning and sound. If mastering 3 writing systems wasn't challenging enough, consider the concept of keigo, or honorific language. In Japanese, the way you speak changes drastically depending on who you're talking to. There are different levels of politeness, and using the wrong level can be considered rude or inappropriate. This level of social intricacy in language is not commonly found in many other languages, making it a unique challenge for learners. Furthermore, Japanese grammar can feel like navigating a maze for beginners. The sentence structure is often the reverse of what English speakers are accustomed to, with the verb typically placed at the end of the sentence. Additionally, subjects are often omitted in conversation, with the context assumed by the speaker and listener. This can make learning Japanese an exercise in mental agility, as you're often required to fill in the gaps based on context clues. However, it's not all uphill. Japanese pronunciation is relatively straightforward with only 5 vowel sounds, and there are no tricky consonant clusters or tonal aspects to contend with. The language also lacks articles and doesn't distinguish between singular and plural forms, which can be a relief for learners. Despite the challenges, the beauty and complexity of the Japanese language make it an incredibly rewarding one to learn. From the poetic simplicity of haiku to the nuanced dialogue in Japanese novels, the language opens up a world of cultural richness that's truly unparalleled. With its unique characteristics, Japanese certainly stands out as a tough language to learn. We're halfway through our list, and at number 3, we have Chinese, a language that's as rich as it is difficult. So, what makes Chinese so challenging? Well, it's a combination of its tonal nature, a multitude of characters, and the cultural context that's deeply embedded in the language. Let's start with the tonal aspect. Chinese is a tonal language, meaning the tone in which you say a word can change the word's meaning. For instance, the word ma can mean mother, hemp, horse, or scold, depending on the tone. This tonal nature can be quite a hurdle for non-native speakers, especially those from non-tonal language backgrounds. Next, we move on to the characters. Chinese doesn't use an alphabet like many languages. Instead, it's based on characters, or Hanzi. There are over 50,000 of these characters, each with its unique meaning. Though a literate person would typically know around 5,000 to 7,000 characters, it's still a daunting task to learn and remember them all. And then we have the cultural context. Chinese is a language that's steeped in history and culture. Many of its phrases, idioms, and sayings are drawn from ancient texts and historical events. To truly master Chinese, one needs not only to learn the language but also to understand the cultural nuances and historical references that permeate it. This requirement adds another layer of complexity to the already challenging process of learning Chinese. But despite these challenges, or perhaps because of them, Chinese is a fascinating language to learn. It provides a unique window into one of the world's oldest and richest cultures. It's a language of poetry, philosophy, and history, and it's spoken by over 1 billion people, making it one of the world's most widely spoken languages. So there you have it, the tonal nature, the thousands of characters, and the cultural context all contribute to making Chinese one of the most difficult languages to learn, but these complexities also make it one of the most rewarding languages to master. Chinese, with its myriad complexities, certainly deserves its spot at number 3. Almost at the top of our list, at number 2, we have Icelandic, a language that's as cool as the country itself. This tongue, native to the land of fire and ice, is a linguistic challenge that only the bravest language learners dare to tackle. Icelandic is a North Germanic language, but don't let that fool you into thinking it's similar to English or German. It's a whole different beast altogether. One of the reasons Icelandic is so difficult is its complex grammar. It's filled with cases, genders, and conjugations that can make even the most experienced linguist's head spin. And let's not even get started on the pronunciation. The language features sounds and letters that don't exist in many other languages. For instance, the letter th is pronounced like th in English, and a is pronounced as e in like. Beyond the grammar and pronunciation, Icelandic's vocabulary is also a challenge. The language prides itself on its old words, many of which have been in use since the Viking Age. So if you're learning Icelandic, you're not just learning a language, you're diving into centuries of history. What's more, the Icelandic language is always evolving, with new words constantly being invented to keep up with modern times. It's a language that's alive, vibrant, and full of surprises. With its deep-rooted complexities, Icelandic is a tough nut to crack. But for those who appreciate a good challenge, there's nothing quite like mastering this ancient and beautiful language. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the most difficult language in the world to learn is Basque. Basque, or Euskara as it's known by its speakers, is a language shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Unlike most languages we know today, Basque stands alone, unrelated to any other language family. This linguistic isolation makes it a unique challenge for language enthusiasts. Now let's dive into the complexities. The grammar of Basque is a maze of intricate rules and exceptions. It uses a rare form of verb conjugation known as polypersonal agreement, where the verb must agree with both the subject and the object. This means that a single verb can have hundreds of different forms. Are you dizzy yet? But it doesn't stop there. Basque also employs an ergative absolutive case system, which is a mouthful to say and even more of a handful to understand. This system marks the subject of a transitive verb differently than the subject of an intransitive verb or an object. Not exactly a walk in the park, right? And finally, let's not forget the cultural context. Basque is spoken by a tight-knit community in the Basque country, straddling the borders of Spain and France. The language is a significant part of their identity, adding another layer of complexity for learners who strive to fully grasp its nuances. So there you have it. Basque holds the title of the most difficult language to learn in the world. Just to recap, the world's most difficult languages are Basque, Icelandic, Chinese, Japanese, and Arabic. Basque, with its non-Indo-European roots, is a real mind-boggler. Icelandic, an old Viking tongue, is frozen in time. Chinese, with its tonal nature and complex characters, is a unique challenge. Japanese, with multiple scripts and levels of formality, is a tough nut to crack. And Arabic, with its diverse dialects and intricate grammar, is a linguistic Everest. Remember, while these languages are difficult, the reward of learning a new language is well worth the effort. Thanks for watching.